Hi y'all, it's Nick here, and welcome to my channel. Bear with me, this will be my very first whip and chat. Uh, this is for the Christmas premiere collaboration. I was asked to be a part of it, and I appreciate that. That's an honor for me. So welcome into my home and welcome or thank you for allowing me into your home. And I decided to do a whip and chat with my some of my Christmas cards that will go in with the gifts and so forth and so on. These are from Pretty Neat Creative out of their Xmas mystery box that I had received. It's my very first time doing Christmas cards, and I have been doing diamond painting for a little over 2 years. I will be on YouTube for a year, I believe. In the next week or so will be my year anniversary. So grab your cup of coffee, tea, hot chocolate, Coca-Cola, Pepsi, whatever you prefer, and let's snuggle down and let's get to know each other a little bit better, and let's work together. Either, sit and relax or get out your whip or whatever you may be working on, and let's just spend this time together. Okay. And my name is, because I have had people ask me, Nick is short for Nicole or Nikki. So either or, just don't call me late for dinner, basically. So, alright, this one is a Merry Christmas card, and there's only, I think there's 6, yeah, 6 different kinds of, most of them are rhinestones. So, since this is my first whip and chat, and this is my first Christmas premiere video, I wanted to try to keep on track of the holiday theme. So, my husband and I, we have a diamond painting pen Facebook group. Sorry, I can't even talk. Called Fishing Creek Creative Turn-ins. So on there, I had asked for members to give me their help with asking me Christmas questions to answer on this video. And which they always come through for me. So never a doubt, I have a cheat sheet here, and I will try to get through them and answer them as well as I can. Okay, as soon as I can get the plastic up and we'll get up and running. Hopefully I can keep this in video frame, because I do, even with my diamond paintings, I do flip it around as I go to keep the part that I'm working on close to me. So, okay, we're working with number 1. And we will start with the number 1 question, which it was addressed in a couple different ways. So, basically, I will answer it. The first question was, do you have traditional turkey stuffing meal for Christmas, or do you have a favorite holiday food? Okay. Yes and no. It depends on the year. With this year being really different and things changing. This year we did, of course, the turkey and all the fixings for Thanksgiving. So most of the time we will make a small turkey for Christmas, and then the main thing we'll make is a ham, just to change it up, and in case we all got tired of the turkeys and the leftovers. But pretty much the sides will all be the same as far as like the mashed potatoes. I make a homemade gravy. Vegetables could be anything from Brussels sprouts to the green bean casserole to now the granddaughter loves corn. That's probably about the only veggie that she will eat. So yes and no, but this year I think we may just go with the ham. I know I'm turkeyed out, but only time will tell. We'll see. Excuse me. The second question is, do you have a favorite Christmas song? I wouldn't say I have a favorite. I would say I have a certain kind of favorite Christmas song. I'm not a Christmas song type of person, so it's like when you hear it on the when you hear Christmas songs from like even before Halloween is over until by the time Christmas even starts, you kind of get what's the word? Burned out. So, I'm not that type of person, but I will, we will play some a couple days ahead of time on the day of Christmas, a few here and there. But I would say my best, or I should say my favorite group of songs are the funny songs. My all-time favorite funny song would be All I Want for Christmas is a Hippopotamus. And I think that is because I had kids when I was young. So pretty much when I was raising my kids, I didn't get to have a childhood, or I should say I was trying to experience my youth along with them. So I liked all the cute, funny songs. But now that I am a grandma, I do not, I wouldn't say I do not like the Grandma Got Ran Over by a Reindeer song, but I did think it was funny, towards my mom when she was the grandmom and I was the mom. It doesn't bother me. I do find it amusing because the kids and the grandkids find it amusing. So if it does put a smile on their face, I'm okay with that. I'm not into the I don't want to say the like choir, same old normal songs that you hear on the radio. I like out of the box, different, type of songs. So yeah, the funny ones I do love. All right, the third question is, do you open presents on Christmas Eve or Christmas Day? Yes and no. Depends on the year. When my kids were young, I would. I felt so bad because I was a single mom and I was hardly ever around except for, at night for dinner and, homework time and on the weekends and stuff like that. So, not that it was a guilt thing, but if I did let them open something, it would have been something like new pajamas or a new board game to pass the time before it was bedtime for Santa Claus to come. I mean, as I was a kid, I do not remember ever being able to open any on Christmas Eve. And I guess if I did, it was the same concept. It was, pajamas, a board game to keep my brother and I busy before bedtime. So yes, it depends. Like I said, I guess it depends on the year and the gifts and things surrounding that. But my granddaughter that lives with me, she's only 4 right now, so she doesn't understand the concept of Santa Claus and the anticipation of I want to open, I want to open, I want to open. So we can get away without opening anything on Christmas right now. And to be honest with you, it doesn't bother me either way because I figured if you get that far, what's one more day or 24 hours? So yeah, definitely depends on the age of the children and the year and the gifts involved. Okay, the next question is, do you have any family traditions? Since it wasn't written out of family traditions when you were a kid or, like a time span, I will kind of touch on all of them slightly. As far as when we were kids, no, I can't say I really do remember any traditions. My mom was also pretty much a single mom as well. My dad and her, they were together on and off, but my dad drove a truck, so he was on the road most of the time, so it was like a hit and miss if we spent the holidays together. But I would say what sticks in my head was, she'd do the best that she could to maybe bake cookies on the weekends or, little things. As far as when my kids were young and I was a mom, I did the same thing. Since I was working all the time, I would try to, at least on the weekends, to try to make something happen or at least make memories. So, yes, I would, bake the cookies, things. My daughter she was just talking about that she could remember, she's 24, so she's talking about back in the day when she would be in a car seat that she would remember that I would take her and her brother out and just drive around to see everybody's Christmas lights on their home, and she would always say, our little thing was lights my side, lights your side. So she would know from little on up what side to look out of, because basically, you couldn't tell, a 2, 3 year old, right side, left side. So, yeah, that was my way of teaching her which side to look on so she would not miss the lights. So yeah, she still remembers that to this day. And I think that's really sticks out to her because, regardless, even though we were in a car together, it was still spending time together. As far as now, as me being a grandmom, and I do have 7 grandchildren total, but I have a few in New York. I have a couple in Michigan, so they are like spanned out in between the states. But Peyton, the one that lives with me, she just turned 4. Pretty much we make our Christmases around her, for her. So again, my daughter, her mom, Danny, she has started, since the year that she was actually born, they have bought her inflatable Christmas decorations for outside of the home. And they've added on with them through the years. I think this year she did get one for Christmas, which was a huge Princess Poppy from Trolls that sits in. Now we only have a side yard, or 2 side yards, and a little tiny front yard, so we haven't quite ran out of room yet, but give us a few years and we probably will. And I will put up some pictures from throughout the years to share. So she's got the inflatable decorations, a couple, with the lights and stuff around the door in the house, and so forth. And actually, I used to do it with the kids too, because I had a boy and a girl, so it was kind of easy to keep it separated. So I would use different wrapping paper for each individual child, whether it was different color, one with Santa Claus, one with, snowmans, anything that would be different, but all their gifts would be, wrapped in one certain kind of wrapping paper. So she actually had followed through with that, if you want to call it a tradition. So when the holidays start and she goes out to the store, she picks up wrapping paper for each individual person. So like with me, hold on, I gotta make sure I'm getting these right. Now it's like with me, I love anything that has to do with the Grinch. So if she finds Grinch wrapping paper, obviously that's what mine will be wrapped in. Peyton this year is big into Frozen, Trolls, basically any Disney movie, Toy Story, Moana, things like that. She will pick up that certain kind of wrapping paper, and then that's what her gifts will be wrapped in. So she, changes it up every year, because of course, kids change what they like as whatever gets popular for that year. Okay, the next one is, do you make Christmas cookies or special treats? Again, yes and no. When, like I had touched on, yes, when we were little, actually, I do recall that my dad was more of the cookie maker in the family. So when he was home and off the road, he would make tons of cookies. The M&M cookies, of course, you gotta have the Toll House chocolate chip cookies, the sugar cookies, the peanut butter cookies, you name it, he pretty much baked it. I think we actually ate them faster than he could bake them. And then as far as when my kids were little, yeah, I would bake as much as I could, but there was times I did have 2 to 3 jobs that would sometimes even take me away on I would be at work over the weekend, so that would be like basically my free time gone. But I did do the best that I could, and I would bake when I could. When my daughter was, I believe it was 3, I had injured my back, so I was kind of home pretty much after that. So when I could do extra, I would, if my back allowed it. Nowadays, yes and no, it depends on the year. It depends on how my back feels. If not, my daughter always, at least, it's like we tag team it together. It's something that we will do together. If anything, we will make a couple small batches. So again, we will have cookies here to sit out for Santa Claus, and this will be the first year that we will be doing the whole, hopefully that, Peyton will understand about, sitting cookies and milk out for Santa Claus, because he's going to need all his energy to deliver all the packages to all the little boys and girls. So yes, there is times that when I feel up to it, I will bake. But no, the last couple of years I have not as religiously and not as much as I have done in the past. But you never know. I may get the sweet tooth and thinking about, all the old times and actually bake some. But yes, my favorites are anything pretty much chocolate. I will take it. The darker the chocolate, the better. But to me, chocolate is chocolate, and I will take it, even if it's the M&Ms. So, okay. What do you like to do on Christmas after opening gifts? Go back to bed? No, I'm only kidding. Sorry, I had to take a cup of coffee, or sip of coffee. Mainly, the last few years that has been, we all spend, couple hours together in the morning. We all open our gifts from each other, and then my daughter and her fiance that lives with us, and Peyton, they all pack up and they go and celebrate, pretty much go, obviously depending on what day Christmas falls on during the week, but they will pack up and they will go and do their Christmases with his family, because they are also scattered, but they're still at least like maybe an hour and a half to 2 hours, in between here. So they kind of like meet in the middle. So then it usually just leaves my husband and I, and my dad lives with us too as well. But it's just pretty much a lazy day. We really don't have to cook if their plans are to leave, like not early in the morning, but late morning. But most of the time they leave at least like after we don't do dinner, we do like a brunch. That way they all can eat before they leave for the weekend, or whatever time span that it may be. We take that opportunity just to spend some alone time, whether it's watching movies, or he's, off in his area in the house doing his hobbies or whatever he may be working on, and I will be diamond painting or any of my other particular crafts. Or, hey, for that matter, if you want to take a nap, you can take a nap, and you don't have to worry about a little one, screaming through the house. But we do enjoy the quiet time that we do get on Christmas. However, again, like we all know, this year is the year of definitely the different, and having to try to figure out a different way to spend time with family and such. So probably, yes, this year we will not get the alone time that we normally do share, but that's okay. The every minute that we get to share with Peyton is all worth it. So we take it as it comes. If they're home, they're home. If not, if they can make it down to at least their other grandparents for whether it's, an hour or two, or at least overnight, I'm okay with that as well. So we'll have to see how that goes. It changes day by day, minute by minute, as far as this goes, because we all need to stay healthy and keep everybody else healthy that we may be around. We don't want to make anybody sick. So yeah, this year is up in the air, but yes, mainly it's just us at home, and we just enjoy the peace and quiet as we can get it. Okay, let's see. Alright, where did I leave off? Okay. Do you go caroling during the Christmas season? No. I could not hold a tune if somebody paid me to. I couldn't hold a tune in the shower. If I do sing, it probably is in the car by myself, or to embarrass my daughter. So no. Do I enjoy listening to caroling or concerts and things like that? Oh yes, most definitely. But no. I would not want to hurt someone's ears and make them bleed. No, I could not have that on my conscience. Oh no. I may be talented as far as diamond painting goes and other crafts go, but singing, no. No, I would not want to put anybody through that. Absolutely not. Okay. Um, let's see. What is your favorite Christmas movie? Okay. Again, I would say I don't have a favorite per se, but it's like I have a favorite kind of category of movies. If that's even a thing. Again, since I have my kids young, I would try to get them to be able to see, every year when, like Rudolph and Frosty and Santa Claus is coming to town. All the ones that we have grown up with would come on. So yeah, I think it's like I lived my second childhood, and now that, I have a granddaughter, I try to get her to watch them as much as possible as well, because they have been around for, I mean, they're older than I am, so obviously, you know, it's it's movies that you can make memories with. But I do love Grinch. Grinch is my all-time favorite Christmas character, cartoon, whatever you want to call him. Yeah, he looks mean and miserable, and but yeah, to me he's just cute and adorable, and he reminds me of me. And because at the end, his he gives in and he becomes an old softie. So yeah, cartoons are my number one favorite. But I do have, matter of fact, I had just watched it last night. Coat of Many Colors of Dolly Parton. And the second one to that is, oh shoot, it was Christmas of Many Colors. The Circle of Life is what I believe that it's called. But I got both of them on DVD. They were on TV last night, and so I did get to watch them. But yes, because they're more like a real life story. And I also did, like, many years ago, I used to watch it on a yearly basis. I don't now, because I do have it on disc, but I have it put away. It's called Christmas Shoes, and I do recall it had Rob Lowe in it. I can't remember the actress's name offhand, but it is a very sad movie. So again, I'm okay with watching the Lifetimes and the Hallmark movies that are on for a month and a half, prior. But to me, they're not realistic for the simple reason, you know, we all don't have, not every one of us is going to have this fabulous Christmas time to, where we go back home and we find the love of our life and happily ever after happens, because real life happens. Is it great to escape it every once in a while and watch movies like that? Absolutely. I don't mind doing that. But yeah, I guess I'm a Grinch when it comes to that. So yeah, those are my favorite holiday movies. I guess it's because I'm a kid at heart, and I still like to relive my Christmas as much as I can, or my childhood, not my Christmas, I should say. Um, okay. Let's see. Gotta take a drink. Next question is, what is your favorite part of Christmas? I love to be the giver and watch everybody receive their gifts, open them up, and that they enjoy them. Especially the kids. Obviously, when my kids were younger, most of the time it was just, we spent, an hour or so, just us in the morning, and we'd open them up. And so, yeah, my favorite part of Christmas would be watching them wake up and see what Santa Claus had brought them. And still to this day, again, with me being grandma, yeah, that's my favorite part of Christmas. And then I would have to say after that would be spending time with family and friends, and catching up. But everybody is always so busy nowadays, even before this pandemic, obviously, and all. But, everybody has bigger families and stuff like that. So, yeah, I don't have much family left to spend with. So it's pretty much everybody that's in the house, and I'm okay with that. So I get a little bit of my time in the morning and enjoy that time. My son that is 30 now, he would always say, and I do believe actually on my Facebook every Christmas Eve to Christmas Day, a meme always pops up that shows a little young kid sitting on a couch with a cup of coffee in their hands and just, snuggled in, saying, and I believe the caption is, "Oh, let's see what Santa brought you this year." And the picture looks like, that the parent is in shock and awe to see what Santa Claus brought you, when, of course, you are Santa and they are, you already know what it is. Yes. So, yes, my all-time favorite part of Christmas would be that I spend it with my kids and my grandchildren. Let's see. And as you see, some of these bigger, whoop, this one flipped upside down. These bigger ones are sometimes hard to pick up with the pen, so then you'll have to resort into, if you're good with them, is with the tweezers and lay them down. Without sticking to it. Of course, I'm a pen girl, so yeah, sometimes tweezers are my worst enemy. But most of the time when you get the tweezers going, once you get into the rhythm, it ends up being a little bit easier than the pen itself. So, there we go. As you can tell, since this is my very first whipping chat, I'm not good at multitasking, which would be, making sure that you could see what I'm doing in the camera, being able to hold a conversation, to be able to lay drills down in the correct area. Yeah, it's takes a lot of talent and a lot to get used to. So I guess might be why I haven't done any of these in the first year of me being on YouTube. Okay. Now let's see if I can focus back to answering the questions and still continuing to do these bigger drills, which I need to pour more in. And then it looks like some of the other ones are, yeah, some of the other ones coming up are even bigger yet. So yeah, we'll see how that goes. Okay. Next question is, my cheat sheet. Okay, we did the Christmas movie. What is your favorite Christmas memory? Oh, that's hard. Because the way it was written that way, you know, it's not like they asked, you know, like, what was your favorite all-time Christmas present given? But I would assume maybe that's what they may be asking. But the all-time Christmas memory obviously would be any year that my dad would be home to share with us. So it didn't matter how many presents that were wrapped under the tree or not. Yeah, that was always a plus. As far as the most memorable Christmas present that I received, I would say I believe I was probably about 10 years old, maybe a little bit older or so, somewhere around in that area. But I would say it was my first, or it was my very first colored television for my bedroom. Before that, my brother and I both had, you know, a little tiny black and white TV. You know, what was it, like 3 channels, you know, 3, 6, and 10. The rabbit ears. My brother got his first color TV before I did. He was sick when he was younger, so he spent a lot more time in his bedroom, so he had the fancy stereo, the fancy color TV, you know, so forth and so on, stuff like that. So, you know, I was always stuck with the black and white television. So yeah, I would say that was my first, not my first, but I would say my best, favorite, memorable Christmas. Because before I go on to, I believe it would be my last, question. I was just, you know how you reminisce about when you were, younger and stuff like that, and you think about things that you had did when you were a kid, and then you're telling the story to your children or to someone. I had just remembered when I was a kid. Now, mind you, my brother and I, we are 3 years difference. So my brother is 3 years older than I am. So you would think that he would be a very good role model and show me what not to do. But no. Yeah, he'd get me in trouble a lot. But I guess that's what big brothers were for. But anyway, I remember... Do you ever remember, like, after the whole Santa Claus thing, and you figure, okay, well, you're going to go into Mom and Dad's room to look for Christmas presents? Well, yeah. My brother and I, we were really good at that. But then my brother was really, really bad at trying to unwrap to see what it was and then to try to wrap it back up the same way that it was. So I was better at it than he was. So yeah, I was the scapegoat to cut the tape, slowly unwrap it, and mind you, and use the same paper to put back on, and the same, the folds and so forth without ripping the paper like it's, Christmas Day. So yeah, that just came to mind, and you have to chuckle about that. So, have any of you guys ever did that as a kid to where you secretly figured out what you were getting before you got it, or you found something that wasn't wrapped yet, and then it was like, oh no, now I know, so now I gotta act surprised type thing? Yeah, I believe there was like a couple good years that we did that, and it wasn't until my brother and we were probably in our 20s, and my mom would say, yep, I knew. She'd say, and then I'd get better at wrapping, so I could tell whether the tape was messed with. She said, or I got better at hiding it. So yeah, it was almost like a hide and seek type game for my mom and us. We can laugh about it now. I would imagine, as me being a mom, if I would find out my kids did that, yeah, would not be so happy. And I'm sure that they have, and they just never told me. But I was already ahead of the plan because I already knew what I was capable of when I was a kid. So I think that's why I, watched how I did that. But yeah, that had just come to my mind. And as far as, with the favorite movies and stuff like that, how many people out there that do like certain characters, or that they collect certain things? Like I said, I'm a big Grinch fan, so pretty much a lot of times everybody gets me something Grinch every year for Christmas, whether it's a t-shirt or it would be pajama pants or an ornament, yeah, does anybody have like a favorite cartoon character that they still adore? It would be nice to know that I'm not the only one out here. So yeah, let me know. Okay, and then the last question is, what is your favorite Christmas ornament? Again, I would say the best ones ever are the homemade ones, especially from my kids. They would make in school, and they would always put on on the date, so I would always know, well, this one was when he or she was 6 years old or 7 years old. So yes, I don't put them on the tree as much because just through the years they have kind of fallen apart and stuff, and I don't want to lose those memories. But besides that, I would say yes, my most favorite ornaments are the ones that do have the years on it, to where they have, so if it would be like 2012, then you can think back and remember, okay, in 2012, this is what was significant with that year. Obviously, with the 2020 ornaments, it's going to come back with this whole COVID thing. No, it may not be something we want to remember or even think about years down the road, but it's going to be a part of our history. So yes, I would say the best Christmas ornaments are either the handmade ones, because that they took that time and energy and that love to put into making them, and and obviously my kids, and hopefully someday would be my grandkids. So I will quick try to finish this up so you could see the finished product. And again, thank you for letting me in your home and that we spend this brief time with each other on the holidays. Please come and check out my channel. I do have a lot of unboxings and tips and tricks for diamond paintings, and I would love to have you. So until next time, stay safe, stay healthy, be kind, do kind things, because little things go a long way in this weird and wacky world we're having. So happy holidays, Merry Christmas, enjoy, stay safe. Until next time, happy drilling, y'all. Bye.